What's going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today we're going to talk to you about Lucid. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down, what shorts are doing, and everything else that you need to know, including what the hell is happening. Before I get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. Lucid, surprisingly, is down 2.6%. Very little volume, so 16.5 million shares being traded, 24.5 is the average. Rest of the market is completely rallying, largely because of this. So ADP non-farm employment did come out a little bit lower than the forecast. So a lot of people are correlating that with now rate cuts. So based on the September meeting, you can kind of see that there is now a very strong likelihood of cuts. 11.5% for a 50% basis point cut, and then a 57.4% for a 25 basis point cut. And I actually did even bring this up, I think it was yesterday, and this was at 3%. This one, I believe, was at 45. I don't know, I'll have to look back. But beside the point, clearly there's a very strong understanding now that there's going to be a rate cut in September. So that makes it very weird because the whole EV market is very sensitive to interest rates. So this is very optimistic news for today. But Lucid is going down. So I'm going to break it down on everything that you need to know. There's a couple of things that I just wanted to bring up because on my channel, I always like to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And sometimes when some misinformation is floating around, I just want to bring it up. So there's this article floating around saying Vanguard Fund doubles stake in Lucid Motors, buys 6.8 million shares in Q1 of 2024. So a lot of people are spreading this around saying that it's epic news and blah, 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 which is generally good news, but it's kind of misinformation. So again, I just wanted to share that with you because yeah, they did increase their position on this one ETF, but as a whole, they only increased 0.59%, and they don't really bring up the other ETFs that did reduce their position by like 40%, and that one has 10 million shares. So kind of take that with a grain of salt. This is why no matter what, do not trust anyone on social media, even myself. Do your own due diligence at the end of the day. And one thing that I did also find weird, I did retweet this. So you can kind of see my original post. It was by 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧. And funny enough, Lucid actually itself did post this video. So 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧 and Lucid supposedly somehow just deleted their posts. And lucky enough, I actually did screen record it and posted it on my YouTube. So you can kind of see this is that 1 minute clip that ultimately did indicate that Lucid is moving 350 vehicles from Saudi Arabia to the UAE. So again, you can kind of just watch this on your own. It's nothing really crazy, no sound or whatever else, but yeah, it's kind of weird because I did see 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗖𝗧 originally post this, and that's why I did retweet it. And then later in the day, very interesting point, I actually saw Lucid themselves actually do this post. So I think that was very good, but the fact that both entities did delete it, I don't know, maybe they're waiting for some special PR to put this out for, but still, this definitely it's good news. I just don't know why they did remove it. So again, I just wanted to bring this up. Might be good, might be bad. I'll leave it up to you guys to do your own due diligence at the end of the day. Shorts right now are returning 2.09 million shares. So this is why, again, you get a very big question mark because by shorts returning 2.09 million shares, that essentially does add a buying pressure, right? Because when shorts return, they actually are buying it back. So this is a very interesting day. At the same time, you're also seeing a lot of transactions first thing in the morning, all sells. So either institutions know something that isn't actual public knowledge that they are selling, or something is, I don't know, something's weird about today. And yeah, based on the bid, the ask, and the selling price, everything that does show as a bid, so all of these were sells. So still, like I said, some institutions must have known something ahead of time. This is why Lucid is going down. So very weird, unique circumstance, but 27.4% of the free float is being shorted. That works out to be 242.68 million shares, utilization 97.3, and then cost of our average is 28.46. Moving on, looking at options, $113,000 in calls being purchased so far today. and then 117,000 in puts. So dollar value wise in options, very, very low. So again, something to kind of consider as well. 59% of all the options being done today are bearish. So once again, not to throw any FUD out there, but with options abnormally being bearish, with the good news today and institutions selling, like I would bet that maybe some negative piece of news is coming out for Lucid, just larger entities is aware of that. Again, that's just me speculating, but Lucid is always a mystery, right? So this is why Lucid is a long-term investment, because there's a hell of a lot of volatility when it comes down to it, and sometimes it goes up and down for absolutely no reason. Looking at some of the call options that are being purchased though, there's a consensus for it to be above $3 by the next couple of weeks. And then looking at puts, you do see roughly more of a consensus between the 250 and 3. So as of right now, there is more downside anticipated. One thing that I just wanted to share with you is this right here, because I was also ruling out to see if there was any analyst ratings, because obviously there might have been a very bearish rating coming out, obviously justifying the downtrend, but there has been absolutely nothing. So last one was done 20 days ago, $3 price target, RBC, Tom, who does have a 53% success rating. So still no real change for that. So yeah, again, today's a very interesting day. Aside from that though, I've already brought this up. These are all the transactions occurring on the secondary market. These are some of the ones that is occurring on the dark pool. So even when it comes down to today, there has been no transactions on the dark pool above $100,000. So shorts are returning small amounts, not necessarily large ones. I don't know if they want to flag something or just, I don't know. If you guys have any ideas on why shorts aren't really using the dark pool and why the dark pool has been relatively quiet ever since June the 3rd, let me know in the comments below. But aside from that, with it right now at $2.78, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So it did actually bounce off of this pivot point right here of $2.89. Normally, especially over the last several weeks, it's been the opposite. So the stock actually does bounce off of support levels and does trend higher. So kind of today is the inverse. So today's sell-off might actually be brought on because of the technicals as well. But still, there's a lot of optimism in the broader market. I don't really see that justified, but what do I know, right? I'm not a financial advisor. So going into the next couple days, just watch for this $2.89 to be the next strong resistance / target. And I don't anticipate this 256 to be touched, at least in the foreseeable future. On the actual chart itself, it is transitioning into the lower percentile of the Bollinger Band. So probably for the foreseeable future, it's just going to trade between now that 50-day moving average and that central Bollinger Band, which still is kind of good as long as it does stay above that 50-day moving average, because that definitely is a very strong resistance level that Lucid does always struggle with. Stochastic, you do see it at 37. No defined trend right now, but it is considered oversold. So again, if there's a good piece of news that does come out associated to Lucid, this is where you could see a rush of value investors. And despite everything, even though institutions aren't really doing all that much today, you do see a retail buying the dip. So let me know your thoughts if you are one of those individuals buying the dip, or did you sell? What are you doing with Lucid? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that, and take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it, and they give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.